Alright, hello everyone. So today we got some side order info that we basically already knew. 52 with curling screen, which I'm going to talk about it later. I will cover it in Expo probably in its own video. Today, I wanted to focus exclusively on this brand new Brella. Now, if you guys watched my stream yesterday, for anyone who was there, I don't know if I'll get the VOD up on here eventually with how many second channel uploads I'm going to have. I said that I thought this weapon wasn't very good originally. Turn it down a little bit more. I said that I didn't really have a lot of faith in it from what I saw from the trailer, and full transparency, I think I was wrong. I think they showed a really terrible trailer clip for it, but watching it play, with one exception, it actually looks really good. Like, a lot better than I thought. It's not an amazingly broken weapon by any means, but I do think it has a lot of good qualities, and I kind of just want to talk about how I feel it'll play a bit. So, you know, let's talk about one thing first, which is how the shield works and paint, actually. So, first off, the shield launch basically happens nearly instantly, kind of like Tense, and it paints a lot. Like, if you look at the shield traveling on the floor here as it paints ahead, it's more clear on the second one. Like, that's a lot of paint to work with, you know. For reference, let me get out our current Brella. Just so you guys can see. Like, it looks like double almost. It's way more space to work with. Anyway, though, this thing has a really unique playstyle, which is basically just you launch shield, you fight someone with the launch shield, and then if you take damage on that shield, it's okay, because you just regen another one anyway, and then you shield them. You know, like this. So they're shooting the shield, you're shooting, and then by the time they engage you, you just have another shield. It seems like it still has a bit more health than Undercover. I would guess it probably has around 300 health. I have no idea if Shield Launch affects it. Maybe it's even less than Undercover, but Shield Launch makes it more, like 150, and then it gets its double resistance. But regardless, if you're fighting people from one angle, it'll be very good. The downside of this weapon is, compared to other Brellas, it probably is going to have an even harder time being double teamed because you have to launch the shield. So you have to keep opponents ahead of where the shield is. It's a lot easier to get around it if it's not launched. The other thing I would say that makes up for that a bit is the damage. I have gone on record saying that I think the damage has to be really good on this thing. And I'm seeing some pretty consistent 2-shots. Now there are some 3-shots in this clip, but they're fighting like relatively max range. And I feel like I'm seeing a 2-shot. Like a lot. And that's a good sign. I'm still willing to bet that this probably has better damage than the normal Brella does. Possibly the same damage as old Splatoon 2 Brella, back where it dealt 81 damage, and maybe even a bit more on the pellets, or sorry, back when it dealt 90. So if it's that, if we're getting a Brella that does that much damage, that's a really good sign. Though it might be a bad sign for regular Brella ever getting its damage back. Let's talk about the elephant in the room, though. The kit. Oh, actually, wait, ink efficiency. The ink efficiency looks good too. Just putting that out there. The fire rate also looks worse than Red Brella a bit, which is interesting, but it doesn't seem that much slower. So, and with the shield up, it's still able to do V-Brella things if you just flare it instead of launching it. Okay, elephant in the room. The kit. Angle shooter on it is terrible. Like, it, of course, it probably has a combo. That never really saves it. Blind marker is still really bad right now. I just don't think it has the utility it needs. It would be really nice if you had something to add on to your aggressive power to be able to fight people, and I think that's what they're going for with Dart. But I'm gonna be real, guys. Dart just, it isn't it. So, the other thing is Bubble. Now, there's been a bit more of a debate on how bad the Bubble part of it is. Now, I don't think Bubble for it is great. I just don't think Bubble's that great right now in general. I'm not a big fan of it. But I do actually kind of like Bubble for what this thing wants to do. Because you're launching your shield so much, you're able to threaten to move forward and set up a bubble, kind of like how Roller does with its curling. But you do it with actual protection. So you can get your bubble shield in more aggressive positions. And of course, you know, because you're launching shield a lot, having a backup shield is a lot more reasonable of something to want, and then you can use your regen shield to get out of the bubble. So, my issues with Bubble are more that I don't think Bubble is very good right now. I think Bubble does work really well for this weapon. Does it have as good synergy as Roller? Probably not, because it's still a shield you can walk into compared to Roller. But I think it has the best chance of setting it up more aggressively, so it could probably be the most helpful one when retaking. You could probably actually get Bubble to gain a little bit of space on this weapon. So, yeah, I think that's my thoughts on it right now. It definitely is better than I originally envisioned, for sure, like I mentioned. So, I'm being clear about that, I do agree that it looks a lot better. Could it be played even though it has Dart? Possibly. I think it depends on exactly the damage numbers. But I think you could just barely use the sub and live. Like, Brella has dealt with that before, so I could see it if people think the main is strong enough. But, you know, it's hard to say for sure. I think we really have to see this in higher levels of play where it's getting, like, properly double-teamed and stuff, because obviously in this footage is a lot of people just kind of looking around aimlessly, as you can see there, and not actually teaming the Brella, so we never... Like, Brella's never fighting 1v2s in this clip. These are all basically just 1v1s. Like, they're even near a leader half the time that could break its shield, and the leader just doesn't shoot the shield. Like, this is the closest thing we get. So, you know, that's where I have more concerns, of course. But we'll see. I don't know what comps will be great with it. So, yeah, that's all my thoughts. Briefly, to wrap up here, I like the new songs. I got asked about them and didn't cover them. The map still looks pretty good on the other modes. Still worry a bit about it being small, but I don't think it's as small as I thought. Unfortunately, I know a lot of you guys are probably wondering, like, what other specials and stuff were used in this, because normally we found other stuff. They must have cracked down on it, because I haven't seen another player use a single sub or special this match. I have no idea what anyone else has, which sucks. Maybe it's not intended and we just got really unlucky with what clips were chosen, or maybe it was intended. I haven't seen anyone post it, so unfortunately, no indicator on any of these other kits right now. We just know the ones that we have confirmed, so we'll have to see. If I'm guessing they will drop the dually tomorrow, maybe the second stage if it exists, and probably, hopefully, we will get one more weapon, and I will continue to hope that it's Dread. We will see. Alright, thanks for watching.